Today on Suncoast View, the real Siesta Key. MTV shoots a reality show here on the Suncoast. We'll discuss.
Ringling College is making its mark as a top film school. We'll meet the award-winning teacher behind the program.
Skin cancer is a scary part of life here on the Suncoast. Today, our beauty expert brings a new sunscreen never seen before in the United States. All that and more right now on Suncoast View.
All right.
Oh, that's moving to the top fast.
That's right. New heights in the studio with Evo Athletics starting us off.
Beautiful. Yay!
Can't wait to talk to them and hear more about their big program expansion. Welcome to the show, everybody. And welcome to beauty expert Mickey Williams.
Hi, ladies.
Looking to have you here.
Yes, you do look gorgeous.
Well, thank you. That's why I come. I just get all these compliments. It's so much fun.
You know, I want to dish on Bo Beth for a minute because the things we learn from having guests, Bo Beth was a Florida State cheerleader.
I was
I
on
did
their
not know
competitive
that.
side.
That's a big deal.
And she flew. She was the one
She
that
was a
joined
flyer.
the air.
I didn't make the team that went to the games. I was the competitive
well,
squad.
that's-
So it's not the same.
But it's a big deal.
Yes, it's
That is
definitely a big deal. It was a lot of work.
Division I cheerleading, and I think it's very admirable that you said too that it was more work than you had time for at college.
That definitely was.
Well, that is very interesting. You have a lot of hidden talent.
Yes,
so
you do.
We are very proud
A lot
of
of
that.
secrets.
Exactly. That's right. It's our job to dig them out.
When you're small, people tend to want you to fly.
Whether you like it or not, right?
So that's how that all
So
started.
that's why nobody ever asked me.
Right. No one's ever asked me either. So I would have been a
Also, I
base.
heard a joke yesterday. So it said, I don't know if this is offensive, but it said...
Guess we'll find out.
Oh, Lord. So it said that kidnapping is a real thing, and the heavier you are, you won't get kidnapped, so eat more cake.
I don't know if that's a joke, but I think it might just be a good reason to eat. How about that?
No.
So you
don't worry about
you
it.
immediately ordered cake.
Yeah. I don't want to be kidnapped.
Well, we'll keep hanging out with her then, because she'll be the easiest to take. How about that?
My daughter told me once nobody kidnapped me because I talk too much.
My mom used to say they'll give me back if they did.
That's what I tell my kids, that somebody's going to give them back.
Why are
So
we talking about kidnapping?
I don't know how we got on this subject. Let's go back to eating. How about that?
Yeah.
Seems safer. All right, I want to welcome back Chef Rami in the kitchen from Origin Pizza, where we always get great things to eat.
Thank you, Steph.
What are we making today?
We're going to actually make a twist to the traditional enchilada by making it quinoa veggie enchilada.
Oh, that sounds great. So not just pizza at Origin Pizza.
There's more baked stuff at Origin.
All right, well, we look forward to learning about that, and I do see you brought us some pizza, too. So
Yes, we did.
We are glad about that. All right, that'll be a lot of fun. Well, speaking of secret and hidden talents that people have, we did learn yesterday that lacrosse is not one of our talents.
I found that out quickly.
And that is okay. You know what? My kids play a lot of sports, but lacrosse is one that they've struggled with, too. This takes a lot of talent. We had the Manatee lacrosse players here yesterday, both boys and girls. And this story really touched my heart because lacrosse is not in the Manatee schools right now. So they're trying to get enough money put together so that they can fund the equipment to have it as a high school sport. So they came to kind of show us all about it, and we all agreed it is a tough sport to play. So they've got a lot of talent and a lot of potential, so we hope they can get this accomplished. They are continuing their fundraising, and you can find more about that on the Manatee Lacrosse Facebook group, so look that up. But I was really impressed by those kids. They did a good job. They did a good job teaching you guys. Great explanations.
You've got to think and move at the same time. So that was very difficult.
Yes.
Well, and you were twisting and
That's the
scooping.
thing. So the scoop doesn't have a cover. So when you're moving, it's likely to fall out. But they're like, you have to use certain techniques to get like, gravity to help you, and then it won't fall out. And I'm like, what?
And you've got to put it in front of your face and go nose ear, nose ear, nose ear.
But again,
so the other
you're
person
trying not
won't
to
know.
make it fall out.
And you were like taught how to rush so that you seem scary so the other person will back off.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was all very entertaining.
They didn't really seem scared when we got there, even though they're only 10 years old.
I did mine in slow motion.
That's okay.
It
That's
was like
all
the
right.
sloth. They had time to move.
We do appreciate techniques and talents that others have. have that we do not, but we're always willing to learn. So big thanks for them joining us. That was a lot of fun. It is time for our first hot topic. Siesta Key will be the focus of a new reality TV show on MTV. MTV says the show will be similar to The Hills. That would be like an unscripted show about a group of energetic young kids coming home for the summer after their freshman year in college. Sarasota County Film Office confirms it has been shooting locally, and this reportedly premieres July 19th. Okay, this cracked me up on some level that suddenly Siesta Key has become that hip.
Yes. Yes, I can't wait to see it and tell kids what there is to do here on the Suncoast for
I don't
teenagers.
think it's going to be a good show like that. When you say The Hills,
yeah, that's a little posh, right? I mean, I know Siesta Key is really posh, but
It is.
But I just don't see a lot of young people there either.
Well, that's what I thought too, until I took my husband there for a night away in March, which would have been in the middle of college spring break season.
and it was a lot.
There was a lot of young girls there. He was a very happy man. And I felt really old. And there was a lot of rear end there too. You know how swim sets are cut now? I'm serious. I was like, I thought I was like at Daytona or something. They were well behaved, but it was very young and very sexy.
Maybe that's the difference. They're very well behaved here.
They were very well
Because
behaved.
mom and dad
Absolutely.
and grandmother are very close by. A lot of them come down to see their grandparents.
I think you're right about that.
I wonder if this is like a real reality, or did they
Or is
place
it a fake
them? You know how
reality?
sometimes you place the people in
But
the
yeah,
locations?
but do you think things really aren't going on Siesta Key with the young people? Come on.
I think, yeah, I don't know. I just feel like, is there going to be like kind of a joke about this? Are they going to make fun of Siesta Key? Is that what you're saying? Like a real reality? Like to say,
I'm
because
saying-
there's still Florida Man is going to pop up. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay, I need a
100%.
definition. What's Florida Man?
It's salty.
Okay.
Yeah,
Salty.
salty, long hair, cutoffs. My dad. Like, you know, like 100%. But you know,
He's
that
going to
Florida
wander out to
man
Siesta Key to see college girls?
gets up at like 8:30. He's just everywhere. It's Florida, and there
This is
I mean,
amazing.
it's true. It's absolutely true. He's in Miami. He's everywhere. But Florida Man is
It's a
real.
type, I guess.
I'm excited. July 19th. I mean, hey, we live here and they're doing a reality show. Who knows?
I think their lives of the young people are just as exciting as they are in Miami or Los Angeles.
Well, we're
Of course.
becoming a film destination now, because remember last week or a couple weeks ago we talked about the film that is out of Bradenton, the Nails
Oh, the
Salon.
nails. It opens,
That's
I
airing.
think, June 11th.
Yeah.
A reality
And now
show about
this one,
nail
Claws?
techs.
Yeah.
Yeah, Claws.
That's awesome.
That is
So now
awesome.
this, so you have Claws on one end and
High-end Siesta Key on the other. We're sandwiched in the middle, just saying. Geographically, of course. All right, well, Jimmy Kimmel is back from paternity leave, and he thanked everyone for the support of his family after his infant son's open heart surgery was discussed. Kimmel made a lot of waves when he emotionally declared that no family should be denied medical care, emergency or otherwise, because they can't afford it. Some lawmakers are now pushing to add the quote-unquote Kimmel test to any new health care legislation. Kimmel also reports that his son Billy is doing well. In his previous monologue, he broke down in tears as he recalled how his son went through the surgery. I think it's great that he opened up and that people listen, because that's when you realize that someone like Jimmy Kimmel may actually reach more people than a news organization publishing facts online.
Yes, because when he opens up, it's a real human being that you already identify with. You know, he's not conning you, he's not kidding you, and you see that little baby, and suddenly you realize, should I not pay a little bit more money so this child gets care?
Absolutely, but think about it. He still got bashed. He got bashed for saying that he was like a Hollywood, you know, privilege or whatever. And he came out today and said, you know what, fine. I had powder milk when I was a child. My mom made orange juice out of a can. My dad snuck our dog in for $2 so we didn't have to pay, snuck our
Right.
dog into hotel rooms. He's saying, so what? I've worked hard to get this Hollywood privilege, and I'm happy to give you money to put it towards healthcare. We should be paying for it to have healthcare to where everyone can have healthcare.
And he earned his privilege to talk.
Children
It's
he's
not like
helping.
somebody gave it to him right away. And I think, and he said that he's happy that people struck back at him because he was like, hey, listen, I worked really hard for this.
I think it's unfortunate that if someone is wealthy and they speak out about something, it becomes about their wealth and not the issue that is being spoken about. I think in the reality is we always talk about third world countries and things that other people don't have, and we don't realize there are people here in America that are living in third world conditions. There are people
Absolutely.
here that are right down the street that literally live in situations that are worse than I have, and I've lived in third world countries. that I've ever seen and don't have the ability to go to the hospital or don't have any medical care until it's too late, you know? And that's not right.
Or they go to the hospital because that's their only means of health care, and then we pay for their medical bills and taxes. That's what's happening now, is that the hospitals are basically taking care of emergency people who aren't getting treated through having normal health care.
But that was the whole purpose of Obamacare. But look how much backlash that came. Just saying everyone should have insurance. It became like a whole ordeal to say that everyone in America deserved insurance, and I couldn't understand it. And it was no longer about the people getting insurance, and it became about Obama and who he is and taking the country away. And I'm like, are we really confused about, is it the messenger or is it the message?
Yes.
Well, and now they're blaming the messenger because it's a well-known Hollywood type that talked about it. But the bottom line is he's a dad with a baby who was sick, and he was so thankful that everything turned out okay and that everyone should have that opportunity. It's a great message.
And if you've ever had a sick child, you're in the hospital with all of them.
That's
you suddenly bond with those other parents. You hear their stories, and suddenly you've got to step up and do something.
No matter
Not
how.
just children,
No matter how.
Adults
No,
too.
you're right.
A lot of parents,
Absolutely.
a lot of elderly can't go to the hospital.
Nope, you're right. Well, if you can't beat them, buy them. That seems to be the approach Coach is taking against other luxury brands. Coach will buy Kate Spade for $2.4 billion in an attempt to get the younger shoppers that apparently prefer Kate. Well, they've also brought in Selena Gomez with her 120 million Instagram fans. Coach is not just going younger, but also fancier. They have bought Stuart Weitzman, and they've hired a division president from Bergdorf Goodman. Well, the work is the problem is the bargains, they're going away. That's what apparently isn't going to be working anymore for us. Because Coach has outlets, Coach has sales, you can go to Coach online outlet, and Coach says, nope, we don't want to be the common brand, we want to be fancy.
I don't like the fact that they're buying up the other brands, because I'm not a fan of Coach. But you may be a fan of Kate Spade.
Correct.
You know?
Why
so
do they all have to be the same?
They
So I
keep
don't.
the same designers, I would think.
If they do, but you know, when a company merges, there's always changes
Should
in
be Kate
different
Spade
things. It
and
might be
leather.
little things. It might be like the material they use, and now all of a sudden the purse is not what it was.
But see, Coach wants you to like them. That's why they're buying Kate Spade.
I haven't seen a huge difference between the whole new rebranding of Coach from Kate Spade, to be honest with you. I almost felt like, wow, they're buying almost the exact same company, except one's a little bit more New York chic and one's a little bit more bohemian chic. The interesting part about it, though, is that they have created, Coach has created this thing where one of my celebrities actually said to me, one of her agents gave her a wallet, a Coach wallet, and she goes, oh, that is so middle class.
Absolutely.
And I
horrible.
thought that was like such an insane statement, but they did do that with the luxury clientele by having all the outlets and by doing all of these things, so making it so accessible.
Too
Same thing with Tory Burch.
We've talked about this. You don't want things that everybody else can have if you're trying to be a luxury brand. I hate to say it, but the millennials I live with tell me the C in Coach stands for common.
See?
That's not good.
Well, and that's, do you want to carry common?
No,
Probably
I
not.
I like Coach, and yes, I'll carry common.
I think it's a matter of opinion and who has that opinion.
Right.
You know?
And accessibility, as we talked about before. Michael Kors says he doesn't want to be as accessible.
The problem with that is the purses are still expensive.
Yeah, well, exactly.
You go to Coach and buy a $500 purse, and you know, it still has that stigma.
You don't want to feel common, that's for sure. All right, we talked too much to talk about Bill Clinton. We'll talk about him tomorrow. And now we're going to talk about the happy hour forecast, and then we're going to shine the spotlight on Ringling's growing film program. Stay with us.
Good afternoon. An advisory coming out from Sarasota County today from the National Weather Service as well for Hillsborough County due to the high ozone concentration. This is fairly typical when you have a large area of high pressure, lots of sunshine, and not a lot of rainfall that has been washing our atmosphere out. So we're going to see that problem again tomorrow. More than likely the ozone level at 122. That's unhealthy for sensitive folks. So folks who have problems with respiratory problems, you're going to notice this. Folks who don't should not have any issue with it at all. High pressure continues to bring in dry air across the area, and that will be the case. Winds are out of the west. Not all that strong today. You'll notice at Old Mayaca, they're out of the north there, and that will reflect the temperatures too. The sea breeze has not penetrated too far inland today, so temperatures are much warmer as you push a little bit further east of interstate. Lakewood Ranch 88, Parrish 90, 91 in Arcadia, Northport at 89, but in the low 80s right near the coast. We'll have more in the forecast coming up today at 5.
8 years ago, Ringling College's film program was completely unknown, with little equipment and little staff. Well, fast forward to today, The Hollywood Reporter ranks Ringling among the top 25 American film schools. Department Head Bradley Battersby is here, and he is credited with putting Ringling Film on the map. And he was just awarded the Variety Magazine's Mentor of the Year Award. Welcome, Bradley, and congratulations. How do you become Mentor of the Year?
Well, they look at all the top film schools, and they've looked at what we've accomplished over the last 8 years at Ringling, the big new sound stages, the studio lab with all the guest artists, the filmmakers, and all the opportunities we've given our students. And they've really seen that this is kind of a revolutionary way to teach film. And we're kind of leading the way. And as an undergraduate program, we're probably one of the top 2-3 film schools in the country.
Oh, that is awesome. Well, tell me about your film program. What really sets it apart? What's the thing that makes it special?
Well, we start with story. It's always about story. It's what they need to, what the students really are passionate about saying. And then we work to execute that story to the best possible way. We use all the elements of art, from screenwriting to working with actors to great cinematography to editing, production design, and then they go back to the drawing board and do it again. So that process of constantly writing, telling a story, and then putting it out there and seeing how it works is pretty much the formula that we have just kind of exemplified.
How do you work with individual students?
Well, see, that's the beauty. We're a pretty small program, even though we have these amazing facilities and amazing equipment. Nobody falls through the cracks.
Oh, wow.
And I get to know every single individual, and I'm able to, you know, quietly behind the scenes, just kind of constantly tailor our program to everybody's talent.
Well, you were thinking, when you were thinking about that tailoring, was there a point where you were just like, you know, the animation program is hitting it really well, and the music is doing well, and it almost is a pressure to get the film part?
Well, no, that was a beautiful thing. Because when I came in, the computer animation program was very successful.
Yes.
So I saw an opportunity to kind of hook our wagon to a very successful program. The computer animation program had already kind of set Ringling apart in Los Angeles. A lot of people were going to Pixar and DreamWorks, and so they were well known. They're kind of Hollywood's biggest secret, Ringling College.
Which is amazing.
Yeah,
right?
no, it's
coast
amazing.
And coast apart.
Yeah.
Tell us about real world skills, because the bottom line is at the end of the program, these kids want jobs.
Can you get a job to support yourself?
And what kind of jobs can you do? I mean, everybody can't make a Hollywood movie.
Right, no, exactly. And it's so competitive out there, because as opposed to computer animation, which is a niche kind of area, filmmaking is taught at almost every state college, a lot of community colleges, so the students have a lot of choices, and then there are a lot of graduates going into the industry. So what we do at Ringling is we try to get them started early while they're still in college, having professional experiences, working with guest artists like Dylan McDermott, Justin Long, Kevin Smith, and they get these professional credits on their resumes even before they graduate from college, and they are getting the experience of being on the set, of doing 12-hour days, day after day after day, and so they're ready when they graduate to step onto any set.
How do you get the celebrities to get involved?
Well, you know, everybody has a passion project, and as people have started to find out what I've found out about Sarasota, it's a wonderful place to make films. It's not a jaded area, but they love the arts, and there's great opportunities here. And so if we can show these famous filmmakers that we have great facilities, great equipment, as well as fantastic talent and skills on our students, with our students, then they see an opportunity to do something like Dylan McDermott's Sugar.
Or Elijah Wood, I heard of that.
Elijah Wood is thinking of possibly doing a project with us. Luke Wilson. I mean, the list is very long.
fun.
Ethan Hawke was recently
Yes.
here. And a number of our students had worked on as interns on a feature film he was making in New Orleans, and he saw Ringling, and he said, wow, I want to come here and make my next film here. So we'll see if it happens, but that's the kind of excitement on both sides. So it's a win-win situation. It's not just a plus for the students, but for the filmmakers, it gives them an opportunity to make something they might not have been able to make in the industry, in Hollywood.
And it seems like the industry is broadening too. I mean, when you look even at corporate and business, everybody's got videos about something. So, you know, whereas before what a teenager might have said to me, I want to go be a filmmaker, I'd have thought, whoo, scary lifestyle. Now, not so much. There's so many different avenues.
Things you can do.
So what's next for Ringling?
Well, I think we're going to start to look at master's programs.
Wow.
I think we have an acting for the screen program we're getting ready to prepare, which is key to really bringing up our story and character elements, and our directors' experience working directly with actors. So that's on the boards. And then branded entertainment, which is another word for advertising design.
Right. Okay.
And so those are the new programs that are upcoming.
Well, you have the soundstage, so you can
Oh,
do it
yeah.
all.
That's right.
We do.
Here.
Yes.
For more information on Ringling, go to their website and you can find all the exciting things that are coming up. Thank you so much.
you.
And next, Mickey has some information on how we can avoid melanoma.
Designers do it with style.
Tell me what's going on here. Because
Why, you don't like my hair?
The Mark and Mandy Show. In-depth design ideas.
What is up with the tuck tape here? Let's cover it up.
Amazing beauty and fashion tips.
So Halle Berry has amazing skin. Her secret is coffee grounds.
no.
Delicious recipes.
Today, I'm gonna show you a special dish that is sure to please that special someone in your life.
Watch The Mark and Mandy Show right here on your favorite channel.
We answered the call of duty and left our homes to serve in far-off lands. Now, we answer another call, this time at home, in our own communities, to respond in times of chaos, to use our strength, our skills, and our experiences to bring hope amid devastation and destruction. Together, as a team of brothers and sisters, we're continuing our mission to make this country a little stronger and a little better each day. We are Team Rubicon.
The kitchen is where life happens. Minnesota Flooring now offers a wide variety of beautiful quality craft-made cabinetry to make sure the heart of your home reflects your style. Visit us today.
I heard about the Dotoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
May is Melanoma Awareness Month. Every 8 minutes, somebody is diagnosed with melanoma, making it the most common cancer in the United States. Beauty expert Mickey Williams is here to talk to us about the prevention of melanoma as a part of skincare in a brand that has never before been seen in the United States. Wow, something we've never seen before, Mickey.
It is
unbelievable.
This is Isden, and what's amazing about this line is it's been around for 40 years in Spain, and they have had this incredible success with this brand because they've come across with like everything from, you know, encapsulated vitamin C to a sunscreen that is basically like #1. It's unbelievable, and there's reasons why. First of all, the product, I'm obsessed with these first 4 products. And why? The first one, the sunscreen, it's got an interesting name, all right? It's Aerofotona Actinica. I've tried to say that a few times. Now we have to Aerophotina actinica. There you go. And it's an ultralight emulsion. It's an SPF 50 plus. This has actually ingredients in it. It has something called photolase in it, which is a Nobel Prize winning ingredient for chemistry. And it was one of the major things that they found that would help you defend sunlight naturally with your DNA. And they put something in there in their product called DNA reparasomes that has that photolase in there. Now this is really game changing, and I'm going to show you why. First of all, it has vitamin E for moisture. It has this SPF 50, which is actually waterproof up to 40 minutes, which is incredible.
And that's hard to get.
It has 11% zinc oxide, which is unheard of.
That's high.
That's like on your nose for lifeguards?
It's a physical, it does not do that. That's what's so beautiful. The formulation is elegant. It's genius. And what's amazing about it, Linda, I'm going to show you right here on your hand.
I'm not going to turn white.
It starts out white and then it melts right in. Now this right here turns into almost skincare. I'm going to show you something later that's absolutely insane. I have this on right now under my makeup. You're going to have the most smooth, beautiful feeling on your hands.
So
it's
unlike
unbelievable.
regular zinc where it just stays white.
So no greasy slide your makeup off feeling.
It is the softest feel you're having. You've also got all that history behind it. This is their star product. This is what every beauty editor and everyone out there is really, lifeguards are going crazy over.
And what else do you have?
The next thing that we have is they have an Isden Sudix line, and this is their Flavo C Ultra Glycan, and these are ampules. Now we all know how vitamin C is very, very like, it just basically gets into trouble when you leave it open, and you know it basically becomes compromised. So they put it in these little ampules. You use it twice a day. You just crack it open. It also comes with this great little lid right here. What's great about this is like an advanced combination of like antioxidants. It moisturizes.
So like a serum? You'd use it as a serum?
We have some incredible statistics behind this product. It's unbelievable. And what's great about it is it works on firmness. It reduces the appearance of fine lines. It brightens skin's complexions. You use it twice a day. You pop it open. It's not compromised by air. That's what I love about this vitamin C product, and people are really gravitating to it because vitamin C is the new beauty kind of baby out there. It's been around for about 5 years and we love it. The next product that they have that is absolutely mind-blowing right now is the Isden Meloclair Clear Serum. Now this right here is something that you can use on age spots, sunspots.
Oh, really?
Look at these before and afters. They're absolutely amazing. I want to show you really quickly. They have these incredible kind of before and after shots that really show the product and where it's at with there you go. Take a look at that. What I love about this is it's corrective serum. It works on discoloration, works on age spots with its powerful antioxidant effect. It has 8% L-ascorbic acid. That's like a naturally occurring vitamin C. What's great about it is it's going to help kind of, slow melanin oxidation, which is what we see those brown spots for. Everyone down here asks me, what do I do about brown spots? Everyone says you can go get a laser, but you can only do it in the winter. You can use this all year long.
So no redness, no peeling.
And it's just here from Europe then.
Just here from Barcelona. The last product I'm going to show you, ladies, I actually have on right now. These are their skin drops. So basically, they just create a highly pigmented formula that has a lot of stuff built into it. You take a little drop, you can mix it into any moisturizer you want, and watch, it turns into your foundation. So right now, you just made the really highly effective sunscreen into your foundation, and I have it on right now.
That's what you're wearing.
You can build it, full color, coverage, anything you want. Build your own tinted moisturizer with, basically Nobel Prize winning technology behind it. No brainer.
Finally, it's here.
Wow.
Thank you so much, Nikki, and we'll be right back with some young competitive cheerleaders. Ready to see what they can do.
A promise was made, a promise that hit the beaches of Normandy, a vow that captured Iwo Jima, a contract that weathered Tet, a pledge that stormed the desert in Iraq, an IOU that braved IEDs in Kandahar. A promise was made to America's veterans. DAV fights to keep that promise, so all veterans and their families get the benefits and support they earned. For help, visit DAV.org.
When my youngest, Addie, was 2.5, she was diagnosed with leukemia. When we first heard that diagnosis, you feel extremely alone. Walking in that Light the Night light with 6,000 people carrying lights, white for survivors, red for supporters, gold in memory of those who have passed. It's the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society's hope that every year there are fewer gold lanterns. Your lantern will make a difference.
Start a team, join a team.
Help us light the night.
You only have one life. Are you gambling with it? 1 in 3 adults have high blood pressure. Not knowing your numbers could cause you to lose, big time. Luckily, you can turn the odds in your favor by getting your blood pressure checked today. Don't leave your health to chance. Learn more at heart.org/HPB.
It's Lincoln's summer sales event here at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKC Sports Utility for $249 per month or 2017 MKZ for $299 per month. We are proud to introduce the newest addition to the Lincoln lineup, the all-new 2017 Lincoln Continental. We have a great selection and ready for immediate delivery. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Suncoast since 1978. We are located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
If you're depressed, drinking, and using drugs, you may need help. And the Affordable Care Act guarantees coverage of substance abuse. Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Are you losing hope? You can recover and get back on track. Call now for hope and help with proven, gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment with someone who cares.
Call 1-800-764-8708. That's 1-800-764-8708.
Welcome back to Suncoast View. We're going to check back in with Chef Rami from Origin Pizza. And I understand, Chef, that it's more than just pizza happening at Origin right now. You've got a beer collaboration.
Yeah, yesterday actually me and a couple of friends went to Big Top Brewery, and Josh, the master brewer, was very kind enough to help us brew our own beer. It's our first own home brew.
And what kind is it?
It's going to be a West Coast grapefruit IPA, which makes it a little bit different. It's more hop toward malt, despite like the English IPA is more malt than hoppy.
Okay.
So it's going to be a little bit hoppy.
How long do we have to wait?
It's like almost 2 weeks, but it will be a hoppy day once it comes in.
It will be a happy day, and I will hop right over to see you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we'll see you in a few minutes to
You
get
too,
cooking. Babette?
The Suncoast is home to some of the best competitive cheerleading programs in the nation. And now 2 of the biggest have joined forces. Funtastic's Force and is now a part of Evo Athletics. And the 2 are now working at the huge Evo facility. Here to tell us more about it is Coach Jimmy Lasseter. Tell me about it, Jimmy. So, you know, this partnership on the Suncoast, this is huge.
Oh, it's incredible. I mean, just having the 2 coaching staffs come together, it's going to be by far the most experienced, talented staff in the area, and the facilities we have and the athletes that we're bringing in, it's just going to be incredible for our area. We're so excited.
Well, you know, cheerleading has changed over the years, because I remember when I used to cheer and I used to be a flyer, but now you have to have almost gymnastic skills.
Oh, definitely.
High-level gymnastic skills.
So, well, you know, what's necessary now?
Well, it's kind of cool. In our sport, it's for all ages and all levels. Now, to progress and to get to the higher levels, even the Olympics now, cheerleading is going to be an Olympic sport.
Wow.
Yeah, so we're in the process of that happening. So right now, to do that, you need gymnastics, you need stunning, you need to train like a real athlete, a competitive athlete, just like any college football player would do. So it's a lot of hours, a lot of hard work.
Well, you just mentioned college football, but you know this is also helping kids in college. How is it helping for some of the girls?
Oh, there's a lot of scholarships out there. There's every major university and even the smaller universities offer great scholarship opportunities for kids. I cheered all through college. I played football in high school and cheered in college and never paid a dime. So my parents loved it, and it was a great opportunity.
All right, well, speaking of cheering, we have some examples here, and your coach, Dustin Edwards, has some of his cheerleaders here to give us a demonstration.
Right.
All right, Dustin, welcome.
Hi, Olivia. Come on out.
All right, so I guess go at it. Show us what you're doing and tell us all about it.
Yeah, we're going to show some of our progressional tumbling through all levels, just to kind of give you a good range of the skills. You know, a lot of times people think it's very gymnastics and competitive. Well, it's great because there is a lot of basic intro levels for all ages to start learning those fundamentals. So this is Olivia. She's going to show us a back walkover.
Oh my.
Excellent job.
Hey, that's cool. I can do that.
Yep, so it shows.
I can't, so you're ahead of me.
Justin did say he would spot any of y'all if you wanted.
Yeah, I did say I will spot. I
Go
can do it.
first.
Yeah, we volunteer Bo Beth.
So as you saw, that skill involves a lot of flexibility, which is great. It builds those good fundamentals. This is a little bit more of an advanced skill. This is going to be called a standing back handspring. Go ahead, Anna. Excellent job.
Whoa.
Wow.
So that's a little bit more advanced. Here's Tegan. She's one of our older athletes. She's going to show us a jump into a back handspring. This would be considered a level 3 skill.
Wow.
Gorgeous.
Oh my.
I wish my legs went that high.
Wow. Oh, wow. By older, you mean 15.
Right. This is Sky. She's working on an advanced skill. I'm going to spot her. Go ahead.
Guys going advanced.
Whoa.
Excellent. Very good.
Beautiful.
Super solid.
It looks so easy when they
Yeah, they
do it.
make
Oh, they train real hard to do it.
Wow. No hands.
Very impressive.
And what was that called?
That's a standing tuck.
Standing tuck. Okay.
And she did that with no hands. That's amazing. You know, the kind of core strength that's required for that is a lot.
That's definitely, I mean, working on just that standing tuck is as quick of a skill as that is. It takes hours and hours of training. They go to many private lessons and classes just for a skill like that. So.
Well, and coaches that know how to help. You know, I mean, you
Yeah.
can't start off flipping back with no hands, you know, so obviously the guiding there is crucial.
So important. There's so many techniques and drills that we learn, and we go to conferences. I've been doing this 23 years. I still go to conferences to learn new techniques, and it's just these kids need to get good so quick, so it's got to be accelerated. We got to have drills that are going to get them to that level.
Speaking of other drills, there's another one you guys want to show us where you get a girl in the air.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
So stunning is a very unique part of all sport. That's a little bit different than the gymnastics aspect. It's when we're actually lifting up with a group or individual. So we have a couple of groups that we're going to showcase some of our flexibility as well. Can you guys get set, please? 5, 6, 7, 8, dip. 1, 3, 5, 7.
Oh,
1,
my,
2,
look at
3,
that.
5, 7. Great job.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's great.
No one ever was able to put me around like that.
No.
Oh,
Get set.
they not only used to put me up, they used to throw me.
Oh yeah.
And sometimes they would.
We would throw, but the ceilings are a little low.
Yes.
I don't want them to get caught up in the.
Don't get caught in our lights.
She's going to go a little higher. It's going to be a straight uphill stretch. 5, 6, 7, 8 down. 1, hit 3.
Wow.
Bump down. 1, 2. Very nice job.
Yeah, that was great.
You guys are good.
And I like the mixed ages so that they
Oh,
can
yeah.
help each other.
Of course, it also teaches great leadership to the kids. You know, working with younger kids is a great trait for these athletes.
And it teaches you can do
Platform.
anything if you try hard enough.
Definitely.
5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 3, 5.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Oh, my goodness.
Bump down. 1, 2. So as you can see, these are a lot of all advanced flexibility skills. We believe in a lot of clean, safe stunting and progression, but that demonstration of the body positions is very what we're focused on too.
But as you mentioned, you know, parents who are interested in it for their kids, they don't have to start off at this level.
No, not at all. And if you saw the first child that went up at the lower level, that's where we like to start. There's even a level lower than that where we start at the belly level.
Okay.
But the flexibility aspect is something that you do want to see across the board as well.
All right, let's do the last one.
Yep, this is the last one. It's going to be a heel stretch full down. Smile. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 3.
Whoa.
And pull down. 1, 2. Feet together. Tight.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Very good job.
Great.
Excellent job, guys.
It looks so
Good
easy.
demonstration.
They
That's
do make
that's
it
the
look
goal.
easy. Well, tryouts are going on right now at Evo Cheerleading Program, and if you want to get more information, you can go to their website. Next, Money Matters. We'll be right back.
ABC 7 News at 7, weeknights.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
From our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is an ABC 7 News Update.
Hello, I'm Scott Dennis. Here's what we're working on now for 5 o'clock. After a van crashes into the Gulf at Venice's South Jetty, the city shares its plans to prevent similar tragedies from happening in the future. Plus, what you could do to protect your information from credit card skimmers found on gas pumps. Now let's get a check on our weather with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. Bob?
Well, right now, Scott, lots of sunshine out there. We have temperatures a little bit cooler right near the coast with that sea breeze which has kicked in. The dew point temperature now at 66, humidity at 55%, a west wind at 13. Now, there is an advisory in effect for the air quality. The ozone, the major pollutant, at 122. That puts it in the unhealthy for sensitive folks out there. So if you have a respiratory problem, it's not a good idea to be outdoors, especially near the coast. We have this west wind and northwest wind along the area beaches, keeping things a bit cooler there. Your full forecast at 5.
ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you weeknights at 5.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Attention blood clot filter patients. Surgically implanted blood clot filters are potentially life-threatening. Some filters are prone to breaking, resulting in pieces of the filter moving through the body and causing internal bleeding. If you had surgery to implant a blood clot filter, you may be entitled to a cash award, even if you haven't suffered side effects yet. Call the Gold Shield Group now, 888-747-5291, to see if you qualify for a cash award, 888-747-5291.
Rose takes her volunteering for Tidewell Hospice very seriously. But she knows how to have fun, too. And that's what she brings when we're invited to visit patients as part of Tidewell's pet therapy program. People love to see her. She really brightens their day. She makes people smile. And in end-of-life care, a smile can be a wonderful gift. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill,
I am creating a job. I am Goodwill, yeah.
Welcome back. Mother's Day means flowers, jewelry, and all around being pampered. But how does that affect our money? ABC 7 business commentator Richard Stern is here with a quiz on Mother's Day and its impact on your wallets. All right, Richard. So, you know, when we're talking about Mother's Day, of course we go out to the stores and we buy everything.
I hope so.
You got to make your mom happy. But, you know, is it making a real big impact on a lot of people, or is it paying higher prices?
Well, financially, it's a big deal. I mean, there's just no question about it. As far as Mother's Day is much bigger than Valentine's Day. Mother's Day is much bigger than Father's Day.
Well, everybody has a mother.
There you go.
For the most
There
part,
you go.
as opposed to a husband.
And you also may have a wife who would appreciate a Mother's Day gift as well. So those of you out there, don't forget that's certainly a possibility.
Future mother?
All of the above.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, let's take a look at our first question, and that is, what do you think is the average amount that is spent for Mother's Day? $126, $158, or $172.72?
Well, because you said everyone has a mother, I'm going to go with C.
Yeah.
The highest number.
I'll go in the middle.
With B.
I'll go with B with Linda.
Yeah.
All right, and let's do a little drum roll and take a look. The correct answer is
Yay!
C. And interestingly enough, take a look at that number, 158.17. That was the number last year.
Well, of course, that's what we were thinking.
Oh, and
there you go. And that is up 9.2%. That's up
Already
over $14. Well, the perception or the expectation is that people are going to spend 9% more on Mother's Day this year than last year.
Well, you can find out quickly why. Brunches are $50 a head, because I've done some work. The Hallmark card was $6.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it adds up.
Absolutely.
And flowers.
Flowers.
And flowers.
All the above.
Linda said she wants flowers too. Get her.
We're going to get to flowers because that's part of our question. Now, who spends the most on Mother's Day? Those between the ages of 18 and 24, 25 and 34, or 35 and 44?
Okay, I'm going to go with
B.
older ones.
Me too.
Because
C.
you appreciate your mom as you get older.
And
so
you
I'll
have
go
more
with
money.
C.
I'm going with B. I was right.
Oh, my
And the
goodness.
answer is B. And the answer is $229. Now remember, the average is $172. So a lot of those people, of course, are having their first jobs. They feel a little bit more financially independent.
Maybe they don't have their own kids yet.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So they're spending more on mom than the rest of the
They still feel
generations.
guilty.
There you go. What percent of moms with children are working today?
59%.
72.
Yeah,
I think 59.
Well, I was surprised, but the correct answer is C, 72%. I think that's an enormous number.
That is.
Yes.
I remember when I was growing up and everybody was Ozzie and Harriet and mom stayed home, et cetera, et cetera. Well, need I say, we've certainly turned
My
that
mother
upside
worked.
down.
I was so proud. She was a career woman. She worked at Sears, and I felt like a star because of that.
My mother was the Cub Scout den mother, so I figured that was a pretty good deal, too. What the heck?
Exactly.
Now, what percentage of gifts are bought online for Mother's Day?
Oh,
41%, 51%, or 72%?
B.
C.
See, I get flowers, and I know
the
they come
correct answer
online.
is A, 41%.
Oh.
Now remember, a Mother's Day gift is a little bit different in terms of what you can buy online. You probably, soft goods, you really want to see what's going on, et cetera. So
Right.
flowers are probably something that is bought online.
And men are last minute. Hello.
No.
They're not ordering anything online.
Thank you, Amazon. Right?
You're welcome.
Now, let's take a look at flowers. Linda mentioned them earlier. What is the most common flower given on Mother's Day? Tulips, roses, or daisies?
I'd like tulips.
I always get roses.
B. Roses.
Well, you're all wrong. The most popular
Daisy?
flower
Daisies.
is daisies. Daisy is the most popular flower for Mother's Day. Remember, we're talking about springtime. Lots of people don't live in Florida. They live in other places, and it's something that is a sign of spring. So daisies are exactly that.
And I like daisies. That's nice.
All right, well, thank you so
I'll take
much,
'em.
Richard. And
welcome.
get your Mother's Day gift. You only have a couple more days.
And happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there.
All right, we'll be right back.
Our dad is an incredible man, a great father, and a hero who served his country well. He worked hard to take care of us. Now we take care of Dad with the help of Granny Nannies.
A helping hand and a gentle heart.
Are you a food lover, restaurant goer, or home cook? Then check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC 7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, and helpful step-by-step videos. And you'll love the restaurant guide with direct links to your favorite Suncoast eateries. Whether you're cooking in or dining out, whet your appetite with tasty tips from Chef Judy at mysuncoast.com/dining.
My name is Luke Perry, and I am 1 million strong. I'm in the fight against colorectal cancer because I believe we can win it. Colon and rectal cancers are the second leading cause of cancer deaths among men and women in the U.S. Colon cancer is preventable. Know the risk factors and make sure to get screened. There are simple, take-home options available. Take control of your health. Screening for colon cancer isn't embarrassing. It can be life-saving. To find out more about your options, visit fightcrc.org.
This is a special health alert for seniors suffering with joint pain. If you have Medicare insurance, you may qualify for high-quality support braces at little or no cost.
I'm thrilled with my knee braces.
Now, there is a simple and proven solution for seniors to get out of pain with state-of-the-art support braces.
I barely feel any pain at all.
Braces for your knees and back, as well as your shoulders and ankles, too.
I'm so happy with the quality of these braces.
Call now, and you could qualify for a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost.
I can play ball again, and it doesn't hurt.
And because of my Medicare coverage, it costs me next to nothing.
So call now.
And because I have this red, white, and blue Medicare card, my braces have cost me just about nothing.
It's true. You may get a knee, back, shoulder, and ankle brace at little or no cost.
They qualified me for 2 knee braces and a back brace.
If you have knee or back pain, give them a call. They can help.
1-800-476-8967. 1-800-476-8967.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help. With Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sunny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
Granny Nannies. We've been making house calls for over 25 years. When you need home health care services, there really is no place like home.
Grandma! A helping hand and a gentle heart.
Welcome back. Okay, Linda, you have to plan ahead. Next summer, I have a book you're totally going to want to read.
I've got to wait a year?
You've got to wait a year, and I'm already ready for this. So former President Bill Clinton is teaming up with James Patterson, as in the famous novelist, to write a book called The President is Missing. This is so cool to me because James Patterson is a phenomenal storyteller, tons of best-selling New York Times novels, and he needed the insight from a seated president about what really is going on in the White House to write the perfect mystery suspense thriller novel. So it won't come out until June of 2018. Apparently, Patterson and Clinton became friends on the golf course about a decade ago.
That's funny.
And they decided to do a project together. But I love this story in every possible way because you know it's going to have the right stuff in it.
I like it. I thought I was going to be more excited because I thought it was going to be an autobiography or something like that.
No, it's
and I was like, I'm going to really get the deets.
No president is missing.
I'm wondering how you meet the president on the golf course.
Well, apparently our current one spends a lot of time there, even though he said he was never going to.
Well, apparently the presidents do like to golf,
They
so
like to get
you
on it.
never know who you will run into. But I thought of you, Linda, because I know you like those thrillers.
Oh, I do. I like the exciting ones. And to find out how they escape, how they get out, and just in case I get kidnapped or anything.
Right.
Yeah.
We're back to worrying about kidnapping again today.
I told you, eat more cake.
Bobette's going first. Although the theory is the more we eat, the less likely it'll happen. So that means it's time to head to the kitchen. We're going to check in with Rami from Origins, and we are going to make a type of veggie enchilada, but we're talking pizza, of course, as well.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle.
At Tidewell Hospice, we know it's never too late to say thank you to our military veterans. The Tidewell Honors Veterans Program has provided care to more than 13,000 military families since 2008. Tidewell volunteers help honor veterans through special pinning ceremonies that demonstrate our appreciation for the freedom our veterans fought to defend. If you know a veteran who can benefit from end-of-life care, call or visit tidewell.org today. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
From our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is an ABC 7 News Update.
Hello, I'm Haley Wilkes. Here's what we're working on for 5 o'clock. A look at the turnout of voters casting their ballots in Sarasota's runoff election and Northport's special election. And now taking a quick look at Suncoast Traffic Watch. Right now, an accident is causing some delays for drivers heading northbound on I-75. That's near Bee Ridge Road. Now, let's head over to Bob.
High ozone layers have prompted the Sarasota County to issue some health advisories for folks who have respiratory problems due to the high ozone. 84 degrees right now, lots of sunshine, and high pressure keeping things rather stagnant right now. We have that west sea breeze that's developed. The pressure is still pretty high, 30.03 inches. Forecast through this evening calling for temperatures to stay pretty warm, low 70s by 11 o'clock under clear skies. And as far as those winds go, they're keeping things a bit cooler just within near the coast. Well, more in the forecast coming up in a little bit.
ABC 7 News at 7 weeknights.
I believe that home is where your pet is.
And that loving an animal means never giving up on them, never letting them go.
I believe that when you spay or neuter your pets, you help decrease the number of homeless animals.
Because every dog and cat deserves a place to call home.
I believe that I found my best friend at a shelter. And you can too.
We believe that together with Best Friends Animal Society,
we can bring about a time when there are no more homeless pets.
Visit ambassadors.bestfriends.org.
Hi, I'm Joan London, and if you're worried about your parent or a loved one living alone like I was, and you want reliable senior care information, then call A Place for Mom, the nation's largest senior living referral service. You'll get free information on assisted living, Alzheimer's care, nursing homes, even important financial information.
They had obviously researched every place, not just given me names. They found me a place for what she could afford, and it was magnificent.
We're now very confident that she's safe, and they just helped every step of the way, and I can't thank them enough.
So if you're struggling to find reliable senior living information, call A Place for Mom. This is a free service, and you can trust them to help you.
Call right now to get your free Senior Care Compass ebook. Find out about the 5 best-kept secrets on financing senior care and assisted living.
Call now, 800-290-0352. 800-290-0352.
What Florida city is best known for spaceflight?
Cape Carnival.
Cape Carnival? Close enough. What condiment includes vinegar, molasses, and anchovies.
Westchester sauce?
Close enough. And now, a word from our sponsors.
One-off from the Florida Lottery. Now available for pick 2, 3, 4, and 5 games. Miss by one on any or all numbers and still win.
The official salon of ABC7. Cutting Loose Salon.
Welcome back. We're here with Chef Rami from Origin Pizza, and we're making enchiladas. How's that going to work out?
Well, what we did, we tried to put a twist on the regular enchilada by making it with quinoa and veggie instead of beef or chicken.
Ooh, yum.
So we're going to start by giving Linda a few zucchini and yellow squash to dice.
Dice, okay.
Yes, ma'am. And meanwhile, I'm going to cut this lime in half and give it to you, ma'am, to
just a squeeze?
This is going to give us, the lime is going to go into the beans. The way this enchilada is going to be structured, we have 2 ingredients basically in it. The beans that Stephanie pouring in the food processor. And then we do have white onion. You know, it's always depend on how you like how much you like onion in it, but I always recommend that you put almost like a 1/4 of an ounce, which is basically 1/8 of an onion for a serving of 2.
Okay. And maybe, was that a can of beans, maybe?
Yeah,
Or a cup
and
of
you can do a can of bean, or you can actually do a dried bean and soak it and then boil it and put it in.
Okay.
If you have
And you want
enough
to cut
time.
this up, or this is the...
The food processor will take care of that for you.
All right, so after the onions, what else? Because I know you told me a lot of other things to do.
Then this is going to go, it's cilantro. It will give it a little bit of flavor. I think cilantro is great when you mix it with the bean
In
as
the
a
processor?
In the processor.
Look at that.
All right, and then some fresh juice?
And this will go right in here after we add a little bit of oil and turn it on.
So the lime juice is not for me?
The lime juice actually is for you. It's going to give it a limey taste.
There we go. I thought I had lime juice coming.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Ready?
Yeah, please do.
Here's the zucchini.
You got it, Linda. You got it.
Woo!
Okay, there.
You know, also
scared for my hands.
regarding Mother's Day, if some people can't afford like a gift, it will be nice for them to cook dinner for them.
That's a good idea. Just cook Mother's Day dinner.
I would like someone to cook Mother's Day dinner for me.
All right, so once all this stuff is cooked.
And Steph, since that is going to make a lot of noise, I already had the
Steph, knock it off.
We already have a finishing product right there
All right.
that I made anticipating. Now, depending on the salt and pepper, I rather usually put half a teaspoon of salt and pepper while we saute it. And then we just keep stirring it until it's tender. And that will create your base, which is the veggie.
I could just eat that. I love it.
I bet you do.
So I'm not sure if I started doing it
I would
right.
put a little bit more bean in.
More beans.
You can never have too many beans.
No, you can't. It's filling. And then you put it quinoa.
Yeah. Okay. Basically, he said you made it too small.
Apparently.
Amp it up.
We need you to get like bigger so you won't get kidnapped, like you guys been talking all morning about.
Exactly.
And
We
then
have
you
the
put,
strangest themes on this show.
the zucchini. Like we said before, Steph start the processor. If you can't afford Mother's Day dinner, a gentle touch like making her dinner should be enough.
Oh, I would be so touched
And then
if
what
someone
you
made me
do, ma'am,
Mother's Day dinner.
is like wrap it
Okay.
and
If they
turn
wash
it
the dishes
upside down.
afterwards.
All right.
On
And
the
as long as they
casserole.
wash their hands, Linda.
And what you do after you do another
Do
one.
another one? Oh, I'm sorry, Steph.
Push me out of the way.
I didn't mean to.
You're making me Mother's Day dinner. It's fine. Rami, tell us about your enchilada sauce. Is there anything special in it?
You see, enchilada is a personal preference. What I like personally, I like spicy, but not everybody likes spicy food. So please do your own preference to what enchilada, because it's the sauce that comes on top of it. If you like spicy, please by all means add some cayenne or habanero into it.
Good idea.
If you do not, then don't even, like, you can go with the mild, and you can always have the hot sauce on the side.
All right, Beth, you were
so
doing
now
a nice
after you do
job.
that, you usually what you do, you take the enchilada sauce and you put it on top. Some people like a lot of sauce. I'm more like less is, you know, not
less is more.
Less is more.
And then do we bake them?
And then you bake it on 350 for 20 minutes. Now, I'm one of those people that like the top is a little bit crispy.
Yes.
Okay.
So I do like to broil at least for 2-3 minutes to give it that final crispy touch.
So those are veggie quinoa enchiladas.
So
you can get this at Origin Pizza. And of course, there's lots of pizza there as well. What kind did you bring us?
Actually, this is a pizza that we're introducing. It's called South of the Wall Taco Pizza.
Oh, taco pizza. All right, don't worry, girls. I'll share. Rami, we are out of time, and we're ready to eat. Take some time. Enjoy the Suncoast View.
Enjoy, Steph. Thank you so much.